Okay, now it's time for the big one, Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, I've got to be very careful with this movie. I've got to try and give this review as spoiler-free as possible. Good luck, everybody. Right, so in a bid to save the world and keep it safe from the threat of alien invasion, Tony Stark decides to create Ultron, a robotic defender of Earth. But things go wrong, and it's up to the Avengers to save the day. That is as spoiler-free as I can possibly give the synopsis. Let us dive headfirst into the rest of the review. Now, of course, this is the long-awaited sequel to Marvel's Avengers Assemble, and I have to say that this movie does live up to that, and to a certain degree succeeded. This movie is great. It's fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. It is a brilliant, brilliant movie. In my opinion, it is simply how you should do comic book movies in this day and age. Not grim, grey and dour, but something that has some spark, some energy and some colour to it. It is great. There's some brilliant action sequences in this movie, and it does do some really, really interesting things for the story. One of the things I could definitely say, which is a major improvement from the previous Avengers movie, is that they actually give time to develop some of the background characters to it, some of the characters that haven't had their own spin-off movie. This is a movie where Hawkeye is actually given some character, whereas in previous movies he was just the guy with a bow and arrow. Now he has a personality, now he has motivation, now he has a character. Now he spends most of the movie talking about doing D.I.Y, which in the context of driving around an exploding city feels very surreal, but is truly great. We also have some bits where we learn a little bit more about the origin of Black Widow, which is really, really interesting. Very, very grim, but very, very interesting. But at the same time, makes me worry that she's not going to get a spin-off movie as she really should do. And we get a bit more with the Hulk in stuff which I very nearly gave away as spoilers, so we'll move on. I have to say this movie is certainly darker than the previous Avenger movie, and probably darker than most of the other Marvel movies to date, particularly in some of the flashback sequences that we see, when we learn about some of the characters and some of the things that troubles them. That is the moments where it does become a little bit, oh, blimey, is this, oh, crikey, which, whilst this movie is aimed at a teenage demographic, while this movie is aimed to a certain degree at children, it's those moments which make me feel, oh, dearie, dearie me. My major complaint with the movie, however, is the fact that there are too many new characters within this movie who aren't really developed. We have Ultron, we have the Vision, we have Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch, who... Another potential spoiler, I'm not going to say it, but they are properly developed in quite a way in which some of the things that happen to them really feel, for my mark, substantial, and they often find themselves just relegated off into the background, which they really shouldn't be. I thought this movie was great. I thought this movie was amazing. I think that people should see this movie. It is truly fantastic from start to finish. It really, really is.